guys, this is Starcraft and welcome to yet another Starcraft English commentary. We're watching Starcraft TV Star League 2023 round of 16, match number 1, set 1, played between Ss1nz and Rush. Now this is the Protoss player whose name I completely botched. The last time I called him Shizzle, so excuse me for that. But anyways, Rush versus Ss1nz here. Potential best of 3, and the winner of this set is gonna face off against Soma in the round of 8, otherwise known as quarterfinals. Gonna be best of 5. But first, we're gonna be seeing best of 3 on the map. That looks like Polypoid here. Very standard 4-player map. The two players are spawning cross map from each other. Once again, we're gonna be seeing no gas for Terran from Rush. And then very standard gateway and core timing and early probe scout coming out from Ss1nz. So Ss1nz is the less established players between the two. He's gonna try to find his enemy, and this might signal to me that we might see a Zelle come out, because the timing of this probe is quite early. He wants to know exactly where his opponent is located. The Zelle, if it comes out, we have a long way to move across the map. Command center coming down out of just one barracks, and so rock paper scissors wise, this build is quite good for Rush. He's gonna be able to defend correctly unless we have a Zelle coming out now. We don't see the Zelle coming out, so that Dragoon is gonna be slightly late, and then the bunker will just get ready on the other side of the map. Okay, very nice probe work there, trying to chase this SCV down and make sure it dies. Very close to dying, and good moving shot, and completely blocked as well. How the heck does that SCV not be able to get up on the ground? Maybe it doesn't want to get up on the ground. And now with just 15 out of 60 HP, so 2 Dragoon shot, I think we'll potentially kill it. The Dragoon comes out now, but we're seeing cross map scout first. And let's see if Ss1nz hold back his Dragoons to anticipate for that SCV. I'll go out with the Dragoon to try to attack the bunker. He's moving forward, and when he doesn't see the SCV, he's gonna anticipate that his enemy has got cross map scouting here. Very lucky, Ss1nz saved his probe. I think he saw the bunker. Anyways, the Dragoons arrive now, but we don't see Dragoon range just yet, so this bunker is slightly unnecessary. But at least he's gonna try to deter the Dragoon. One more shot is able to attack, and I guess weaken up the shield a little bit. We're gonna be seeing the second SCV comes out now. He wants to make sure that a Nexus is available. The Dragoon can move forward a little bit because it knows that the SCV is very close to dying. So one shot, he goes for the shot, one shot, 2 shot, and that's it. SCV sees the Nexus but nothing else. Or did he see the Nexus? I don't know. Well, very interesting there. Maybe he didn't see the Nexus, I don't know. Yeah, but now we will see probes getting transferred. Yeah, and engineering bay going up, man. So maybe Rush want to be completely safe here off of just a single factory. And if Ss1nz go for something like 3 bays off of just shuttle, one robo and observer, is gonna be having a nice advantage. Yeah, very late core spinning in exchange for a fast robo. The starport is coming down for Rush, but by the time we see dropships moving around the map, then Dragoon range would have kicked in, and Ss1nz gonna be in ample preparation to go for any kind of counter drop build. We are seeing a potential 3rd base from Protoss at the 9:30 here, 3 gate out of robo and observer. So very similar build to what we saw in the games between Snow and Sack. Alright, looks like Ss1nz is getting ready to take his base. We're seeing some turrets being planted on various locations, but nothing inside the main. So Rush is also trying to cut corners by not building so many anti-air, and just making sure he's got enough information about what his enemy is doing before deciding to commit on a specific build pattern. Alright, looks like some probe movement moving towards the 12 o'clock base as well. So Ss1nz might be thinking about which is the better base to take here, the 9 o'clock or the 12 o'clock. From the perspective, I guess the 9 o'clock should be easier to hold, because if you take the 12 o'clock, your enemy would have the high ground advantage at the 11 o'clock, when it's it's gonna cut your bases into half. But at least if you take the 9 o'clock, then the tank has no high ground advantage if it tries to cut your bases into half. Yeah, we don't see another Nexus coming down yet. We have 2 Vultures, and that's it. No tanks, or maybe there's already a tank inside, but we have some spotting pylons on different locations. Dragoon started to move out. This might be a bad timing. The observer gets it. We need to see the starport. It doesn't see the starport. There is no way for the observer to get inside, so he's gonna have to wait outside. And we have excellent spotting position for the pylon. Dragoons are coming back though, and the pylon sees a dropship. Oh my god, excellent pylon positioning. And where the Dragoons are located, excuse me, we're seeing some movement to catch the dropship, and 2 shots, but no, not enough to take out the dropship. Since is very smart player here, but so is Rush, and Rush is coming back. What does Ss1nz have inside? Oh my god, some of his armies is not in the position to intercept, and now the dropship completes the cargo. Just 2 Vultures, and what? Oh my god, very good last minute block from all sides here, but some probes are gonna get pulled. And maybe that's gonna be the end. Maybe it's not the end. 1 Vulture lives. He's gonna try to come around, and this area is very much opened. Oh my god, so terrible. Losing a lot more units than Ss1nz would possibly lose, but at least he's got his Nexus down. So that's okay. But you know what? When the dropship moves across that, you need to already have armies inside your base. Why do you go back out when you see that his, when you spot the dropship, albeit the dropship was turning around, but you still need to keep some Dragoons until it's really clear in the water. And now the 3rd base at the 12 o'clock, at the 9 o'clock position might be assaulted by some Vultures here. But I think Ss1nz has got enough time to start to move Dragoons to intercept. We see some blue movement. What is that? Okay, probe blocking. So that's great. And just in time to block this area. He's going to keep just a Dragoon here. And we're seeing some intercept movement in the middle of the map. 1 Vulture sticking out. That's great. And Ss1nz is going to try to clear out some mines. Supply-wise, Ss1nz is 91. Rush is 108. Rush, I think, is going to be ready to push out at some point here. Alright, Vulture's coming through. They have some Dragoons ready in position. They have great block. And he's going to try to get up on high ground. What do we have is a single Dragoon. Oh my god, so slow from Ss1nz. He should have moved towards the right side. I think 1 or 2 probes were lost in that exchange. But acceptable damage. In my opinion, the number of tanks is getting very high, ladies and gentlemen. So I think +1 weapons is done on the Terran army. They're going to start to move out soon. Okay, very interesting observer getting sniped there. Alright, this dropship is going to go and load up some more stuff. Do we have cannons? We have a starport. Excuse me, a Stargate. It is definitely a Stargate, but there is no Arbiter Tribunal or a fleet beacon here. This unit is gonna fly all the way inside. The probes are not gonna get. Oh my god, looks like Ss1nz completely boxed himself here. At least some Dragoons are in the range. He's gonna try to move forward and go for some kind of splash damage. So I think that drop is thwarted. I think some mines are still in the area. Dragoons are coming out. He's gonna be careful. Ss1nz, 1 tank is sieging, but Zelle are walking right through. There are no Vultures. The tanks are so clumped up together. You need to focus fire and spread the Dragoons out, and all of the tanks get destroyed in a single sweep. Some of the Dragoons are even moving back to intercept the Vultures, so that's great. Very beautiful Dragoon dancing movement. All of the tanks are gone, as well as the Vultures and SCV. The situation is stabilizing for Ss1nz, so that was a great comeback. Where's the fleet beacon? He's building a lot of. Am I missing something? Is he building a fleet beacon somewhere else that we're not seeing? We are gonna see Vultures moving towards the 9 o'clock base. Ss1nz need to get ready. Vultures are coming through. Oh my god, he's got nothing to block this area. He's not paying attention. We have a single cannon coming up now. All of the probes need to get pulled, and maybe stop position as well. Oh my god, Ss1nz, you are so sinful. Losing a few more units, and finally that attack is clear out. But during this time, Rush caught up in supply, man. I mean, that was careless. I mean, as soon as the attack is over, you know that your enemy is gonna go for counter harassment. You need to get your units ready and not just sit at home and wait. You know, this is very typical of high level play. When the battle finishes, Terran always go for harassment. Alright, we're seeing the new command center being planted at the 9 o'clock position. We're seeing an observer moving over there. It's gonna see that area soon. Or will it? I don't know. It looks like the observer is just gonna wait to catch the vultures. Okay, some tanks are positioning in this area as well as some tanks on the high ground. So Terran is momentarily going to be on the same base number as Protoss, but Protoss is going to be operating out of 3 Stargates, so he can afford to just have a little bit fewer bases than usual. SCV is finally getting transferred, and we are seeing major Terran movement here. The new Protoss base at the 11 o'clock is susceptible to attack because carriers are not yet in position. We have some Dragoons coming out to intercept. They need to stop the tanks right one time in the middle, and when they siege, you need to go back. The battle might begin now. So much Protoss army, but so much Terran army as well. Protoss need to kind of move in, and one of the tanks is moving way too far forward. They need to start the siege now. Some of the Dragoons on the right side is not really in the right position. They're moving quite nicely though, but they need to go forward and move back a little bit, and that's going to be time for the Dragoons to back down, I think. Back down and wait for the next round of units. Hold position right where you are. And now it's maybe also time to move right in, or maybe, I don't know, man, 5-6 tanks. Ss1nz is going to have to hold hard here. His carriers are on the map. We have no Goliaths. He's attacking right now, but Zelle needs to move forward. One of the Dragoon is kind of too... At least some of the tanks are getting attacked from the other side, so that's great. But are they going to be able to clear out the tank? Oh my god, some of the tanks are not yet dead. And now some of them are dying. And carriers come out from behind to really finish up the job here. 2 carriers against 3 Goliath, 1 more tank. And carriers getting focused upon Ss1nz. Move your Dragoon forward. What are you doing? So lucky to not lose at carriers, but so slow from Ss1nz. Even though Ss1nz supply is nearly 400. The game is still very, very close. Ss1nz up by about 10 supply. But one of his carriers is really weak. If it was me, I would just hide the carrier in the corner, man. Don't even use it. Don't even use that carrier. Just like a Mutilus. You know, a Mutilus is definitely not as costly as carriers. But we see Terran Zerg player hide the weak Mutilus in the back. So I would just, I would suggest to Ss1nz to do the same thing. Just keep one of the carriers back and defend. Use it to defend against, vulture drops and stuff like that. We have a Zelle coming out to stop the new base from coming down. So that's great. Now the carrier is going to be allowed to heal a little bit. That's going to be a breather for Ss1nz as he waits for his next round of carriers. You need to get ready. When he gets about 6 carriers, then things start to get interesting. Very nice observer placement. See exactly where the Terran army is located. Alright, looks like neither of the players are getting ready to take the next base, but Protoss is gonna be on the defensive, and Terran Rush is gonna try to take the base at the 6 o'clock position. We have some vultures trying to kind of do a what is this movement called? A maneuver when you kind of you create a encirclement around your enemy. Nice observer placement once again from Ss1nz. Sees exactly what he needs to see. Carriers are moving towards the left side. This base is completely exposed. It's going to take Goliaths a long time to go there. Does he see? The observer from Ss1nz sees exactly where the army is located. It's going to come in, but the bad carriers is in the front. But now everyone arrives, and the Goliath's going to go the other way. But Ss1nz sees it exactly. Oh my god, target fire on the command center. Goliath coming from behind. Ss1nz to get out of there. What is he doing? Is he going to try to get out of there? No, it looks like one of the carriers is there. Ss1nz, what are you doing? He's, focusing the attention somewhere else. I think one of the carriers died. I'm not so sure about the other carriers. They start to come back and attack. And now they attack from behind the ridge though. No more scan. And so many Dragoons. Where the rest of the tank? The tanks come out to clear this base. Now it looks like we're going to have a slight base trade situation here. Ss1nz is going towards the inner 12 o'clock position Ss1nz is going for the 9 o'clock position, and Rush is going for the inner 10 o'clock position. We have some tanks siege in the back. Dragoons don't need to go forward. They just need to hold position where they are and attack the SCV. Zelle can come out. Oh my god, tanks on the right side. So many open tanks. Carriers go for the tanks. One tank down. Oh my god, Dragoons are attacking the Goliaths. Rush is completely out. They need to siege now and just waste those tanks. Those tanks are completely lost. You have no business being here. Some of the tanks are getting grouped in, but Shin's kind of lost the opportunity to go and take out some of the tanks. He got so much time. You know, yeah, he can go and get up, kill more tanks now. But some of the Goliath. Oh my God, Shin, are you paying attention or not? Your carrier is getting attacked with some random Goliaths in the back. Supply-wise, since 150, Rush 121, we have a crazy counter-attack here. Zelle with no lag though. So Shin's is, you know, kind of behind in his upgrade. He's got 2 more carriers joining the fray. And Dragoons and Zelle coming through. No counter-attack at all from Rush. Rush is looking very in bad situation here. All of the Goliaths on this base is falling. But the carrier is going to get attacked from behind by the Goliaths. So Shin's to get out of here. He's going to try to use the high ground advantage. He lost 1 carrier. Oh my God, more carriers getting sniped. Shins, what are you doing? Losing another carriers. Or maybe not, and yeah, he does, and now there's just 4 carriers in the back, but he's taken out his enemy's 1 base, so that's great. And the Terran is down to, I guess still down to 3 bases, but almost mined out in the main. This base has a lot of potential remaining, but the carriers need to kind of group together. We have a major Terran counter-offensive here. What does Shins have inside his defense? Got some carriers, but continuously scanning, and Goliath trying to catch those carriers. They run all the way in the back, and Terran is gonna get pushed back. So where's the Zealot lag, man? I mean, this is 17 minutes of the game, and Shin's got no upgrade for the Zealot lag. We might see a command center getting floated at some point, I think. Okay, now more carriers coming out, so a total of 7 carriers. Some of them don't have interceptors, so that's not good. They need to really bunch up together, man, because look at his Shins. He's moving them like randomly, get them grouped together. Just spend like 5 seconds to group them together, so that, you know, the Terran guy cannot see, you know, which carriers is weak and which carriers is strong. Okay, now they group up together, and nice observer placement. The game is gonna finally go towards the closing curtains now. Shin's 180 supply, Rush 127. Rush has got a definite disadvantage here because Proton scales a lot better with carriers. It looks like this high ground. Oh my God, Zelle like finally completes. And we're gonna be seeing some Goliath movement towards the left side, but carriers on the ridge. It's gonna be very difficult to fight again. Why do you engage with your grandma? You just stay home. And you need to take another base, and take the base at the top club position. It's gonna be great. Oh, and the bottom right corner of the screen is also a nice idea. Terran is almost mined out here. Shins is waiting for his interceptor count to really kick in. And he's gonna try to attack. This command center is getting floated towards the inner 7 o'clock. There's no observer in that area, so Shin's got no idea. Carriers are allowed to, you know, heal and get some more down, you know, recovering some of their shields. 7 carriers, more carriers coming out. And these carriers need to build interceptors and just stay low for a while. Sometimes we see Protoss player just move out carriers before they have interceptors finishes, and they are just useless. They're like sitting ducks in the battles. Alright, almost maxed out from Shins. He needs to go for the attack now, I think, before his enemy is able to capitalize on the additional mineral intake at the inner 7 o'clock position. Shins has got excellent observer placement this entire game. I mean, his observer placement has been incredible. He's maxed out now. He's got, what is it, 7 or 8 carriers. Some small group of Dragoons are coming out just to clear some mines and get it ready for the counter offensive. A little bit later, observer is still able to see everything. You know what? Why don't you also build a couple of batteries? Tanks are moving forward, and oh my God, this is a terrible position for Protoss to be in. And so many units are falling as they're retreating, and on the low ground as well. Attack with the carriers from the back when you can still attack some of the forward Goliaths. Looks like Shin is really scared. What are you doing? Attack! Oh, I just want to look extreme. I mean, he's like not confident of his own abilities. And now looks like Protoss is gonna try to maneuver the entire army towards the bottom side because he started to mine from the 12 o'clock position, so he's gonna afford to leave that base. He's got some carriers holding the area. We have a small attack here. Shin's finally, oh my God, the carrier movement is so bad, man. I mean, it's like he's not paying attention. And group everything together. He's got 10 carriers. That's a lot. Tanks on the other side. Dragoons get pulled back. Dragoons don't need to stay that far anymore. Pull back the rest of your forces. and let the carriers deal with the tank from afar. The Dragoons are way too far forward. Pull back. Exactly, he pulls back, and that forces the tank to unsiege. And now go for the inner 7 o'clock is the key to victory here for Shins. As soon as the tank unsiege, you can go forward again. And as soon as the tank siege, go backward and move towards the 7 o'clock position. Shin's got one more carry. He's kind of lagging behind. Now needs to pay attention and pick it up. Babysit it together with the group of the units here. And tanks are sieging once again. Dragoons need to go back. He's way too far forward. Move back. He takes out one of the forward tank. And he's kind of getting surrounded. But no. He's saving his group of forces. He can kind of go. I think some of the carriers can go all the way to the inside and start to harass the supply depot line at some point. Alright, we are still seeing very, very tense position in the middle of the map. Nice counter offensive by a small group of Dragoons towards the 9 o'clock position to clear out some mines. And this is gonna drive back some of his enemies' forces here. Alright, nice rich area from which the carriers can hide and take out so many tanks. Dragoons can hold back a little bit. Goliath trying to dance forward to take out some carriers. Now we have 11 carriers. We're not seeing the upgrade so far. I mean, the current commentators in this series, in this tournament, has not been great with, showing us the upgrades. But anyways, Dragoon's going to be assaulting some of the Goliaths, and carriers are still in large number and hiding behind the ridge. This is excellent idea supply-wise. Rush is 125 and Shins is 186, but he can hold this forever. And Rush GG. The first game goes to Sin. That was an excellent game. Thanks for watching. If you like the guest video, buy me a coffee. The link is in the video description. Have a good day. Bye bye.